Local fishing guides say federal regulations on Lake Mille are unnecessary. The U.S. Coast Guard recently imposed new licensing rules on fishing guides that work on the lake. Becky Parker explains why some of them are troubled by the new guidelines for guides.
Fishing guides on Lake Mille say new federal regulations are simply unnecessary.
It doesn't apply to out here. It just doesn't.
I mean, yeah, I can see them there for the barges and the commercial end of it, but not for a guy taking two people fishing.
In 2010, the U.S. Coast Guard determined that Mille is a federally navigable body of water. To work on the lake, guides must now be licensed through the Coast Guard.
I took the tests. I mean, you got to know about boilers and what lights and, and all this stuff on the ocean. We don't use any of it. You got to carry flares.
The lake's federally navigable status is because historically canoes could reach Mille by traveling up the Mississippi and Rum rivers. But critics say that's no longer the case.
Our federal regulations and state regulations need to change with the times. You could no longer take a boat, float a log, anything down to the Mississippi down the Rum. I mean, you got the Anoka Dam there that's going to stop everything.
They also say it makes fishing more expensive and hurts business.
Getting a license through the Coast Guard can cost more than $1,000. It can also be very time-consuming. Fishing guide Tim Hansky says it took him 8 days to complete the process.
That's 8 days away from working, and then being a captain, you have to have Type 1 life jackets, and you have to have your boat ready to go. Each Type 1 life jacket's about $100, so it gets expensive quick.
Legislation introduced by U.S. Representative Chip Kravac aims to end some of the Coast Guard's control, and some say certain regulations are needed.
I do think that some type of training or licensing program, but the captain's course specifically does not apply.
In the end, what these fishing guides want is to know that their business can stay afloat. Becky Parker, Lakeland News.
And Congressman Chip Kravac's legislation focuses on six-pack licenses, which are required for anyone who runs a boat for hire with up to 6 passengers.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.